It's one of the most complex beverages on earth.
$2 for a cup of coffee. 1 cent goes to the coffee grower.
We drink it to wake up while rushing to work or when we need a break from life. But you see, in Ethiopia, coffee ceremony is inseparable from the social and cultural life. It's a ritual that defines the nation and its people. Ethiopians have always valued cultural traditions such as dance and music. Like the coffee ceremony, it's more than a way of life. It defines stories, community, and ritual. According to national folklore, the origin of coffee is firmly rooted in Ethiopia's history.
Takatatalemo biyya hundaafis akka faafalee kan jedhe isaanii taarikii isaanii kanaan dabarsinaa. Bunni immoo har'a buna coocee kana fakkaatu hin jiru. Baay'inni kan jedhan isaanii isaantu biyya qabee biyya hundaa akka faafalee. Har'as immoo wanni buna coocee kana fakkaatu hin jiru. Caalaa bunaatii nabbaariidha. Bunni immoo biyya kana akka baabii kana jiru. Akkana amma bunni kuni akka kana argamee. Coocee kana fakkaatu hin jiru. Bakka biraatiin argamu.
The ceremony includes several important artifacts. Besides coffee, which is called bun in Ethiopia, you have jebena, a handmade coffee pot, mortar and pestle to grind the coffee, a pan to roast the coffee, and handmade cups, which is called zini. I will later describe some of them in more details. The ceremony, which is performed 3 times a day and can take several hours, start with the ceremonial apparatus being arranged upon a bed of long sentence grasses. It is often a woman dressed in traditional Ethiopian costume that performs the ceremony and serves the coffee. In many ways, this tradition can be described as Ethiopian girls' rite of passage. The ceremony provides a rich historical tradition that contributes in a significant way to the female identity formation of women of Ethiopian heritage. After the coffee had been washed, the roasting of the beans is done in a flat pan over a thin charcoal stove. Not only do Ethiopians often leave their door open, but the coffee aroma works as an invitation for the neighbors or anyone else who wants to join the ceremony. After the beans have turned black, it is time to ground the coffee. Although a mortar and a pestle is often used, some utilize rocks to ground the coffee. The ground coffee is then slowly stirred into the clay coffee pot known as jebena. which is made by potters. The process begins by first molding the pots. Then they have to be dried outside. Then someone else will give it a specific color and design. Finally, the coffee pots are burnt one by one in direct fire. Every pot with a curved bottom also have to be supported by a ring, which is often made by inset fibers. However, since the arrival of bottled drinks, pot support rings can also be made from crown caps, which are threaded on a wire. After the beans have been washed, roasted, and poured into the pot, the coffee is now served in small coffee cups, known as zini. Like jebena, zini is locally produced and is often designed in a way that identifies Ethiopian's heritage. When the coffee is ready to be served, the youngest member in the house will bring the eldest member their coffee. This signifies the linking of generations. There are 3 rounds of coffee during the ceremony, and these rounds have both a religious and a spiritual meaning.
The ceremony commemorates the journey of 3 sheiks who went into the wilderness in search of God. When they were nearly starving, it is said, God appeared and instructed them to grind coffee beans for food. There are always 3 servings of coffee to honor the 3 sheiks. The first round is called Abel, then Tona, and finally Baraka, which means the blessing.
Ethiopia is home to over 10,000 different types of coffee. The production is critical for people's livelihood and the economy as a whole, even though Ethiopians have not yet fully benefited from the globalization of coffee. However, for Ethiopians, coffee means much more than commerce. In a world where time has long become a commodity, the Ethiopian coffee ceremony takes us back to a time when value was given to conversation and human relationship, where time was given to collective mindset.
Every Ethiopian knows coffee's birthplace is in Ethiopia. Ethiopians are proud of the coffee. From the not only coffee growing areas, all Ethiopians, they drink early morning coffee as a prestige. Coffee will be family beverage. It brings friendship, kinship. The coffee is an heritage and a proud of Ethiopia's culture.
صباح السدي